When a role comes to you, what is that preparation like on an individual?
It is never, one way. The continuous discussion that I had with them, then my own private preparation that I do at home in my own corner.
If there has to be one particular point in this film or the story which probably touched you or emotionally pinched you, what was that?
This is when my character meets the girl and the parents. The one thing that I was very sure that I would not like to meet the real person whose character I'm playing.
Have you managed to master that craft of grasping, probably where the character is heading to, or if there is an impromptu change that you need to
Yes,
do?
we do it. I mean, you can only change on the spot if you are prepared. If
Right.
you're not prepared, you are going to ruin it with your suggestions. And then I come up with my own approach after so many years when, I hate to stick to the textbook. For others, it was fun, but for me, it was too much of a task. There were so many lines, since it's a courtroom drama, and those technical legal words are your nightmares. Apurva Singh wanted to shoot it with 4 cameras, and he expected me to say my monologue of 6 pages, around 200 or more lines in one go every time.
Has there ever been a time where a character has been so exhausting, it's
yes.
not left you?
Most of my films have never let me sleep, well.
Manoj Bajpayee needs no introduction when it comes to his craft. He has been a true craftsman, and over 3 decades, even today when he comes on the big screen, or even for that matter on the OTT space, he always charms us with his portrayal and performances. But this time he's bringing to us a story which is compelling in every possible sense, and we are going to speak to him about the very same only on Bollywood Bubble. Hello sir, welcome to Bollywood Bubble. How are you?
Thank you very, very well.
I have to tell you, I am still reeling into the after effects of what I have just seen with Sirf Ek Bandaa Kaafi hai.
Right.
It's such a hard-hitting story, and I want to know that, my first question is in 3 parts. First of all, I want to know how has your journey been with this character right from the time you first heard it to the time you started shooting for it and once you were done with it?
Okay, first, Suparn and Vinod Bhanushali, these people came to me with the story. They only had the story. They didn't have a script. And I loved it, and I said, what about the script? And, they have given me this responsibility to choose my own director and choose my own writer.
Wow.
Okay. But I was, since I loved the story and how well it was written and based on true events, I wanted to do it for one thing, for that little girl. And I knew that if we really work hard on the script, there is a potential of a fantastic, drama here. And just a month back or 20 days back, I have seen a TVF's aspirant on YouTube. And I was completely, bowled over by this young director, Apurva Karki, So I recommended his name to them. And I said, let him work with his own writer, whoever he is comfortable with. And then, it took Apurva and the writer 1 year and 18 drafts.
Wow.
Yeah, to write the final one. And then our shooting started. I mean, first the preparation and my own preparation and also reading with the other cast, my sitting with the director and the writer, and the continuous discussion that I had with them, then my own private preparation that I do at home in my own corner most of the time. And the one thing that I was very sure that I would not like to meet the real person whose character I'm playing, because I wanted the essence of the person, not the whole thing. I didn't want to copy Mr. Solanki. I wanted to get the essence of Mr. Solanki and all the things that that made him and that really compelled him to take up this difficult case. I went to Jodhpur. I I happened to meet him 2 days before the shoot. I observed him and tried to get few more things into my character just before I was, starting to shoot. And that 35 days, 39 days that we shot for, and Apurva Singh Karki is a young director who was so prepared that, he's actually can afford to have fun on the set.
Okay.
But, for people it was, for others it was fun, but for me it was too much of a task because there were so many lines. Since it's a courtroom drama, you can't really avoid lines.
Right.
And those lines need to be prepared well. And those technical legal words are your nightmares,
Correct.
because you have to understand them, read about them, and then memorize them, and and say it so well that it is not only educating the audience, but and also telling the audience that you are talking about a very real one, and it's authentic, it's believable, because these are the technical words are being
Exactly.
being mentioned, but you have to make it interesting for the audience.
True, very true.
Yeah. So all the days when there were breaks, we had our chilled out time, but most of the time it was real hard work. Climax itself was very difficult. Apurva Singh wanted to shoot it with 4 cameras, and he wanted to go on shooting with those 4 cameras. And he expected me to say my monologue of 6 pages, around 200 or more lines in one go every time. So yes, it was, and I'm so happy that a trailer is being loved, liked, and pushed by the audience now. And they are looking forward to the release, which is going to happen on 23rd May on Z5. But before that, the enthusiasm that we are witnessing in the audience is, kind of giving us a lot of hope and expectation.
But was the story also very emotionally draining? Because like you said, one of the reasons to do this was that little girl for you.
By the end of it, we used to get so tired and exhausted. I myself, used to go completely quiet, and mom, go back to my hotel and just take shower, do my puja, and read those lines for tomorrow, and just immediately go off to sleep. The body and the brain stopped working after a point.
My God. But other than this project, probably has there, in your career spanning over 3 decades, has there ever been a time where a character has been so exhausting, it's not left you?
Yes, many times. Because I have been choosing those kind of films, the films which were not, commercial, films which were not formula, films which have been, either experimenting with the genre or the story, experimenting in many other ways. So most of my films have never let me sleep, well. But this is what I enjoy the most. I enjoy the tough path, and I enjoy enjoy working on the obstacles and the odds, and when I get really get it right, that gives me happiness like a child. I think this is what I work for.
Absolutely. Always seeing you on the screen is such a delight. And for that matter, even in this one, when I saw, I was just so moved because of the nuances of the character you've taken are so well. Yeah. But probably if there has to be one particular point in this film or the story which probably touched you or emotionally pinched you, what was that?
This is when my character meets the girl and the parents. That is the moment which is very moving. And also I had to do it in such a way where you don't see that I'm affected too much.
Correct.
But there is always a mystery as to why he has taken up this difficult case. And I try to maintain that mystery, not letting people know what's going in his mind. But it's still, you feel that, there's something which he is finding quite compelling, and that is why he is taking it up. So it's a long scene.
Right.
When you watch it, then you'll understand what exactly I'm talking about.
Earlier you also mentioned about preparing on an individual level for a role. So when a role comes to you, what is that preparation like on an individual
It
level?
is never, one way. I keep improvising with my approach, depending on the film. Okay. My preparation for Aligarh and Bhosle was completely different. And my preparation for Banda is different. My preparation for Gulmohar's Arun Batra was very, very different, very extremely opposite. So it's always how you look at the script and the character. And then I come up with my own approach after so many years when, I hate to stick to the textbook. Now we've done the textbook many times, many years back. Now, since many years, I have been really improvising with the craft and experimenting with the craft.
But over all these years, have you managed to master that craft of grasping, probably where the character is heading to, or if there is an impromptu change that you need to
Yes,
do?
we do it. I mean, you can only change on the spot if you are prepared. If you're not prepared, you are going to ruin it with your suggestions or with your changes. You can, if you are over prepared, then you can actually loosen up at times. If you're really prepared well, you can really take out few lines and add few more lines and just be ready to perform with equal aplomb. If you are not, then you are a burden and a liability for the director.
Very true. You also mentioned in the interview that you've always liked to take the tough path. But then does it also come with a price?
Price is that I don't remain a very, very extrovert.
Okay.
It actually pushes you more and more into a shell. So it's a thing that, you're born with that curse. If you're born with, once you know that you're born with that curse, because you like it this way, then you are ready to accept it.
Correct.
Yeah, I accept the fact that because of me taking those roles that much seriously, my preparation that much seriously, that the injuries, the bruises that each character leaves you with are hard to get rid of.
Right.
They are there somewhere. But I'm happy. I'm
but
fine.
does that also put you in a box sometimes?
What kind of a box?
Like probably people approach you for those kinds of role only?
No, not really. I think I'm the only blessed one who have not only been doing various kind of roles, various kind of genre, but also someone who refused to be boxed.
Absolutely. And that is the most admirable quality about you, sir. It is always a delight talking to you, and thank you so much for removing time and doing this with us.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure, and wish you all the very best.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Manoj Bajpayee, and you are watching me on Bollywood Bubble.